This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Oh, you know.
What do you mean I
day,
know?
Another day, another dollar, right?
No, so that's all that's in it for you now?
I mean, not this, what we're doing, just,
life.
Every day I'm hustling, Tom.
Oh, I see.
It's for me, it's all about...
Right before the episode started, I asked if you had anything to talk about, and you said, yeah, you're not going to be happy when you see what it is. And you're right, I'm not.
But no, this isn't what I have to talk about up top.
It seems like it is. I asked how things are going, and you went, another day, another dollar, and then you were quiet. There's that witty rapport people love.
I was giving you the chance to respond, to build on it.
Okay.
Apparently, you don't want to talk about making money.
Oh, I'd love to talk about making money.
It's one of my passions, Tom.
Me too.
Dollars, Benjamins.
Yeah, it's all
lira,
about them.
Pesos,
yen. I don't think lira is around anymore.
The euro is what I meant to say.
Yeah. Well, the euro's dropped in value a lot too, so I don't even know if you necessarily want euros if you have the choice.
I'll take whatever money you're willing to give me, Tom.
I'm not giving you any money.
You and anybody else, and you're all giving me money indirectly. You don't even know. You know what I'd like to own one of these days?
What's that?
One of those businesses that you never know the name of, that just and you never know they actually exist, but they're just taking a fraction of a cent off of everything that's happening in a certain major industry.
What are you talking? A bank? You want to be a bank?
I'd like to be a bank in some ways,
or,
but also
hold a bunch of patents.
There are companies that do something ancillary to the oil industry.
What the hell are you? You have no understanding of business, how money is made.
You don't know how people get rich, Tom.
There are business. You said there are businesses where people do something ancillary in the oil industry, and they take a half a cent from every.
Yeah, off of everything that happens.
Yeah, well, that's the Office Space and Superman 2 or 3 or whatever.
But it's legal. It's not a scam. It's a legitimate business.
Okay. How do you think you get into a business like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what every day I am hustling, trying to figure out how to set up one of these companies where I can just get a little bit of a lot of things.
Yeah. Passive income, they call it.
Set it and forget it is what I say.
Right. Well, and that's appropriate for what we're talking about today, a kitchen appliance.
Yeah, but first I have something on my mind, Tom, that I want to get off my chest.
Okay.
You're hungry. What do you eat?
What? It depends.
But in general, you're hungry. What do you eat?
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Food. You eat food, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
You're thirsty. You want a drink. What do you drink?
A drink.
Yeah. Isn't it stupid that we call things a drink? That just seems uncouth. Right?
Why?
We named the thing after the verb.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink a drink.
Yeah, it's stupid. I'm gonna stop saying drink. I'm gonna say hey, do you want to go get a beverage? Beverage. It's sitting right there.
Yeah, well, but it's longer. Drink is a nice one syllable. Beverage is 3 syllables.
Yeah, but you don't say I'm gonna go eat and eat.
I'm gonna go.
Do you want to grab
food?
Do you want to grab and eat with me?
You want to grab something to eat.
Yeah, but the thing is the something to eat.
I think you should try getting people to stop saying drink a drink while I simultaneously try and get people to start saying, do you want to grab and eat? And we'll see who wins.
A race around the world in different directions.
Exactly. We'll see which phrase the world adopts first.
Okay. So I have to get people to just say beverage.
Yeah, but I mean, some people do say that already. So
What about, so do I need to start a new thing? A quencher?
yeah, you need to start, or maybe even just like, would you like a liquid to drink?
Liquid, I mean, liquid.
It sounds
doesn't
like a chemical,
necess-
right?
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily imply that it won't kill you.
Right. And that's something a lot of people are looking for in drinks.
Not to be killed when they
Yes.
when they drink them? Yeah. Please don't say drinks, say beverage or quencher.
That's something a lot of people are looking for in a quencher.
Yeah.
But you know what, Tim? A quencher, not everybody's always drinking just to quench.
people are drinking. So like when
I'm
Okay,
very
when you're-
thirsty right now, but I'm drinking beer. And that's not quenching my thirst. It's just making me feel a little better.
yeah, so should we like when people are saying, instead of saying on a first date, hey, do you want to grab a drink? People should say, do you want to
Quench your thirst.
drink an intoxicating agent?
Well, when you put it that way, that sounds like
Do you want to meet at a neutral location and poison ourselves into potentially making it make sense to our brains to kiss each other?
you know, it's a good thing you're married, Tim, because I don't think you'd do so well in today's dating scene.
I didn't do well in the old days dating scene.
Yeah,
It's a miracle.
I'm starting to understand why.
Yeah, I don't know how I bamboozled my wife into this, but she said forever in the vows. I made sure to write that into the vows.
It was in bold, capitalized, and underlined.
When she actually said it, I went, yes, she fell for it.
You had your ceremony just in front of close family. The rest of us didn't get to see it, so I assumed
I didn't want anybody to object.
I assumed it was that maybe you had introduced some pagan things into the ceremony that you thought people would have a problem with.
We thought some of the squares would get freaked out by squeamish around the blood.
Yeah. But that's how you can tell somebody's serious about getting married, if there's a blood sacrifice.
Yeah. What are you, we're going to be, what I love is Pinterest. No. I don't want a
What
Pinterest.
the hell are you talking about?
I don't want one of those Pinterest weddings where nothing gets sacrificed and there's no blood and nobody has any skin in the game.
Do you think at a Pinterest wedding, people saying the vows, what I love is Pinterest? Also,
Yeah, I
what the
don't
hell's
know.
a Pinterest wedding?
You've seen it. Go on Pinterest. I
What,
don't
just
know how
pictures
Pinterest
of
works.
a wedding?
I don't know how Pinterest works. Sometimes I'll try to go to like look up a recipe or something and it'll bring me to Pinterest. And then I have to like log
Oh,
in before I can do anything.
That happens to me. That happened to me the other night where I was looking up a recipe. What the hell was I cooking? Something simple. Something. Oh,
Soup?
I was gonna make scallion pancakes.
Mmm.
And the first link I clicked brought me to Pinterest, and I'm like, this is just a picture of a pancake. I want to know how to make one. That's why I typed a recipe.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's too much stuff, and it's like, why don't you log in? I'm like, why don't you go to hell?
One time I created a Pinterest login, and then my sister-in-law found out and she clowned me and she was like, Pinterest is for girls.
Well, you should have showed her by just continuing on Pinterest, Tim.
But I didn't understand how it worked. Pinterest really makes me feel like the way that I feel like my parents feel like when they go to any website.
Well, Tim, on Pinterest, were you just putting up pin posts of different weddings?
What is a pin post, Tom?
I think when you're posting something on Pinterest, you're pinning it.
Okay. I thought you were interested.
Like a 1950s boyfriend, you're pinning it.
Oh, I thought it was more like a 1950s guy who is overseas in Korea with his pinup models.
No, they had pictures of pinup models. They didn't have pinup models.
No, they pinned them to the walls of the mess hall. How does war work? Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
It's a landmark week for me.
Why is that?
I got a piece of equipment that I have been looking forward to for well over a year.
A fleshlight?
What's that? A flashlight? No, I have a lot of flashlights in case the power goes out.
No, this is a special type of flashlight.
What does it allow you to see?
What doesn't it allow you to see?
God.
Anyway, what'd you get?
An air fryer.
Oh, okay.
Well, full disclosure, Tom, I did not get an air fryer.
What? Tim, you were the one who suggested this topic because you said you got an air fryer. Why are you lying to me all the time?
I didn't get... Nothing came to my home in a box that said air fryer. It came in a box that said crisp lid.
Crisp lid?
Yeah, guess what?
Would you buy it from the dollar store? They can't call it an air fryer?
No.
Is this a Kobe?
No.
Like a Kobe instead of Sony? Boombox?
What do you have against Kobe, Tom?
Koby.
Okay. I'm just going to write this down. Take
Not like the beef.
That's Kobe. No, it turns your Instant Pot into an air fryer.
Wait, what? How?
Crisp
lid.
Yeah.
Crisp lid.
So essentially, you don't plug the Instant Pot in.
Were you paid to talk about this, Tim?
No, but I love it so much. My mother-in-law bought it for me for my birthday.
Okay.
She sent it to my door. And it utilizes... I'll tell you one thing. Here's the downside of it. My wife's going to kill me for saying this. She ordered me a crisp lid and sent it to me, but then forgot to change the address, the shipping address, and then she bought a bed, and then they they're shipping the bed to my home also.
Wait, your in-laws bought you a bed?
No, they bought themselves a bed.
And they're sending that to your old apartment?
No, my current apartment.
Oh, okay.
But it shouldn't be it should be at their home.
Yeah, well, can you refuse delivery?
That's what she said to do. Can you do that?
I don't think you can nowadays. I think that's like an old...
I think that ended in 1955. I think that ended when like you check into a hotel and be like, "Oh, I sent my suit down with the porter."
Well, you can do that still. You can you can get things cleaned at I mean, they just send it out to a dry cleaner and then, upcharge you on it.
I want to live in North by Northwest, the film, Tom.
So not the actual north or northwest.
I'd like to, I'd like to wind. I'd like to wind up at Mount Rushmore, but I wouldn't like there to be, all sorts of shenanigans with a gunfight.
You dangling off a nose.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Something.
No, that's not for me.
I think North by Northwest is on HBO Max, by the way.
Yeah, I can't get HBO Max still. It's not on the Roku device.
Oh, well.
45% of the streaming time in America is on Roku, and Warner Media can't strike a deal with the Roku people.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I'm not on the board. Why do I care? Get a different thing.
Yeah, I should just get a different thing. I almost wrote an email this week because there's some stuff.
Come on, Tim.
And then I was just like, this doesn't seem like the activism I should be doing at this moment. Writing to Roku being like, why can't you strike a deal with Warner Media and bring HBO Max to your Roku player?
You're dangerously close to understanding how Pinterest works, Tim, if you continue down this path.
Oh, brother. What were we?
We were talking about refusing. Another thing with like refusing on delivery. All these old, I don't think they do it anymore, but all these old commercials, like infomercials, and like the air fryer is essentially an infomercial-esque product.
Shut up.
It works though, but it is infomercial-esque.
Yeah.
It's like the alkaline battery charger that I bought from Dick Clark a long time ago.
Dick Clark was selling battery chargers?
Yeah, this
You
thing
love
felt-
a battery charger, by the way, but you love
Yeah.
devices that need batteries.
I don't like I like charging things, I think if I
You
were
like the
going to
act of charging?
Yeah, I think if I were going to become like an engineer,
Which,
I would
Tom,
be-
that ship is
What?
sailing to become something.
no, to become like a world-class chemical engineer.
Yeah, we're pushing
That-
40. It's not like, well, when I grow up, I'd like to potentially do this.
Well, I would like to engineer like new batteries.
Okay. Like an Elon
That's-
Musk. Elon Musk is doing that.
No, other people are doing it and he's taking the credit for it.
How dare you?
But the infomercial stuff. Remember, like all these old commercials, they would be like, please, no COD, no cash on delivery. What the hell businesses?
They'd send
were-
something to your house and be like,
And
we
you'd have
think
to
they'll
give the
pill the
mail-
mailman.
Yeah, and you had to give the mailman cash.
And then
Like
the mailman was going to pay that company?
Yeah, the mailman would just like knock on your door and be like, hey, I got something here for you, but it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't want it, I think that's what you could refuse delivery on. That makes sense. Well, I'm not going to pay for it. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Well, I guess we'll have to give it back.
A neighborhood teen sent that to me.
How is this bed being shipped? What service is it being shipped through?
Federal Express.
You might be able to log in and change where it's being shipped to. I know you can do that with UPS.
Yeah, you can. MyUPS.com.
.com.
This is a paid. Let's disclose that's a paid advertisement.
I looked up this crisp lid, Tim, and I got to tell you, I'm intrigued. I do indeed have an Instant Pot.
Well, you also
and-
have an air fryer.
You know what? I have an air fryer, Tim, but my air fryer is a little small for my taste.
I mean,
Well, I'll say this.
This does not.
Two-
Okay, sorry.
Two things. My air fryer is a little small for my taste, but a little big for my countertop.
See, this crisp lid does not utilize the entire Instant Pot, right? It's still a pretty
Right.
shallow basket that sits on a trivet in there.
I beg your pardon, sits on a what?
Do you know what a trivet is?
No.
It's a thing that you put another thing on. Look it up. Google it.
You mean a table?
Yeah, it's a table. It's like a table that you put like a basket on.
Okay.
Or it's a little pad that you put a hot pot on.
This thing is officially licensed, or not even officially licensed. It's made by the Instant Pot people.
Oh no, there's one that's made by the Instant Pot people, and there's one made by the Mealthy people. There's
The
this
Meal Thief people?
Mealthy, MEALTHY. They make an Instant Pot ripoff.
You would buy something called a Mealthy? That doesn't.
I told you,
Doesn't sound
my,
like
my mother-in-law bought it,
Okay.
but it's
And
it's wonderful. It just
now,
uses the Instant
why would
Pot.
I want a Milthy instead of a Milfy? You said it was called.
No, gross, Tom. Mealthy. I think it's supposed to be like melthy. Maybe it's melthy. It's meals that are healthy. Is that what they're going for?
Melthy.
The
Yeah,
doctor on
know.
the Sopranos, I think.
The doctor from The Sopranos.
Yeah, Dr. Melthy.
She endorsed this thing. It's
Probably.
endorsed by her.
Yeah.
Endorsed by a doctor.
Yeah. And Steve Sharippa. He'll endorse anything.
Who?
Steve Sharippa, Bobby Bacala. Come on.
Is that the guy who did the Broccoli Wallet, the Broccoli Band,
No, that might have been Big Pussy.
the Broccoli Wad? Yeah, but that's not his real name.
Yeah, but what is his name?
God, I hope that's not his real name.
Broccoli. Yeah. Why can't I?
Anybody- For anybody that doesn't remember, the Broccoli Wad was another only sold on TV thing. No, that's not true. I saw it in a gas station once, where it was basically the rubber band that comes on broccoli, but it was for, I don't know, not broccoli. It was just, I don't know why you wouldn't just use one of those, but it was being sold as a substitute for a money clip. The idea being if you were a mafioso type, you could have so much money that you would just keep a big rubber band wrapped around your big wad of money. And then, when a problem comes along or whatever, you go, hey, what's it going to take to fix this, huh? And then you start peeling off dollars, $1 bills from that wad.
Yeah, and it was...
until the problem goes away.
And it was endorsed by Vinny Pastore, who played a big P word on...
You already said his name.
Yeah, but I'm going to bleep it out. And they went on Shark Tank in season 2.
Uh-huh.
And they went in asking for $50,000 for a 20% share of the company.
For a rubber band company.
Yeah, and Barbara Corcoran, the queen of New York City real estate, made a deal for 40% of the equity, and she gave half to Vinny Pastore for the rights to use his brand and image on the product.
Ah, good thinking.
But after the show aired, and this is according to allsharktankproducts.com, after the show aired, the deal with Broccoli Wad fell through, and the product has been discontinued.
Oh, well, that's a real shame. You're going to have to go back to just buying broccoli and using that.
Yeah, I'm glad that allsharktankproducts.com exists, because I'm going to go through. I've seen, I think, every episode of Shark Tank.
Wow.
And I always turn to my wife and knowingly say, I'd say about 50% of these deals don't actually get signed. They fall apart once they open up the books.
Once they get into the nitty gritty.
Or when friggin' Mark Cuban's like, I know I said I would pay $50,000 for 20%, but give me 80% or I'm out.
And I'm not going to pay anything for it.
Yeah. Mark Cuban. A weighted baby blanket that'll kill a baby.
So Tim, you have this crisp lid. The more I look into this crisp lid, the more I'm not into the idea. Let's talk about what an air fryer is, and then I'll talk about the one I have, and then I'll talk about the one I want, and that will really entice people to listen to the episode all the way through if we tease that kind of content.
I want to share some of the stuff I've made in the air fryer, rate it, and then talk about the things that I aspire to make in my air fryer.
Well, but explain what an air fryer is for the layperson.
Okay. So it's a device that's marketed as, hey, you can create fried food without using that fatty oil and creating all those trans fats, but you can
use air instead of oil.
Yeah.
And everybody knows air is healthier than oil.
Exactly. I mean, depending on the air that you're putting in, if you're going to put in air from and you live right next to the sewage treatment plant, your food's going to taste like shit.
Right. I mean, if you're talking about air, but you've just thrown a bunch of oil up into the air, no, that's really no different than just oil.
Yeah, because there's oil.
There's oil all over it.
So it's marketed as kind of like it produces fried food, but it's healthy because it doesn't use oil.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I've ever read was like, actually, an air fryer is just kind of like a convection oven. As if I know what the hell a convection oven is.
It's similar to I used to have a convection toaster, and I loved it.
What happened to it?
It was too big. It was like too big to like have anywhere. So it was like always just like tucked in the back of a closet. And I never took it out. And then I was like, I never use this thing. Let me get rid of it.
Yeah.
But it's basically just an oven with like a fan inside of it.
Yeah,
and
the
fan
blows hot air around like crazy.
Thereby creating convection.
Yeah, and it swirls around in circular motions, Tom, all around the food inside.
I would say one of the big difference in my mind is that like a convection oven looks like a bigger, fancier toaster oven, right?
Right.
An air fryer usually is meant to kind of look like an oil fryer. Like it has a basket that you put in rather than just a tray. Now, some do have trays, but honestly, those are convection ovens. I'm talking air fryers. They have like a thing that you put in. What did I call it before?
A tray.
No, not a tray. Like
a basket.
a basket. Yeah.
Sorry.
It has a basket that you put in. And generally speaking, air fryers are smaller than a convection oven.
Right. So they can use the air more efficiently.
No, I don't think it's necessarily that.
No,
I guess maybe a little bit.
Around.
Yeah, it's less space that they have to fill with hot air.
It's like when they say you should keep your refrigerator as full as possible for it to be as efficient as possible because there's less empty space for the air to the cold air to fill.
Yeah, I keep my refrigerator full of ice.
An ice box. You don't have an actual refrigerator that you plug in, right? You just you have ice delivered every other day, and you put your
just
meat
like
in there.
The family on Lassie.
What a depressing existence that Lassie family had.
Well, they didn't know any better.
I know.
I mean, it's not that they didn't know any better. The technology didn't exist.
Tom, I was recently reading a book.
Or it did it was too expensive.
Not to brag.
People nowadays are going to look back at these old days and they're going to be like, look at these. Can you believe those poor, depressing suckers not having jetpacks?
Could you believe those poor, depressing suckers who weren't allowed to interact with anybody because there was a horrible plague that nobody dealt with in time?
Yeah.
Like, this is the first time in history, the first time in my life where somebody's been like, future generations will look back at us and be like, oh, I can't believe they lived like that. And I fucking believe them this time. Where I'm just like, oh, yeah. Yeah, they'd be right to be like, oh, my God, that happened to them? What a terrible life.
Yeah. Yeah, defining moment. Everybody's going to have stories about all this. And the stories are going to be real boring.
Yeah. It's going to be like, oh, I watched...
every episode of Shark Tank.
The Last Dance, and it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. You know what? Tom, do you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, I do from time to time.
I feel like podcasts that I listen to, the hosts, by and large, have had so little to talk about that every show became the Last Dance recap show. Like, everybody suddenly became Michael Jordan experts for a month because the only thing that they did was that was notable was watch this TV show.
Yeah. Well, and for a while, everybody was talking about Animal Crossing, too.
Yeah. I'm glad that died down.
Yeah, me too. I haven't been playing it much lately. I'll be honest with you.
I think it's time KK Slider got canceled.
Whoa, Tim, you're just a nice dog that sings songs while not wearing any clothes.
Yeah, well,
Look, it's up to you whether you want to go to his shows or not, Tim. People know what they're getting into.
Air fryers. So they're kind of like convection ovens. They swirl the air around. They're healthier.
And you can cook things that would normally be fried in there. Well, I will give the caveat that things that require like batter don't necessarily work great because the dang fan is blowing everything around. It's like the batter might come off.
What? How powerful is you?
Not
Tom,
like
you
batter,
gotta get yourself
batter.
a crisp lid.
I'm saying like if you've got something with like a flaky, like if you put like
a croissant.
Corn,
a croissant.
yeah, well, not a croissant. I'm not making croissants in there. But I'm saying if you like, say you're making some like fried chicken and you're going to put like breadcrumbs on it or corn flakes, that's all going to get blown off.
What? What kind of sick, sad air fryer do you have?
Tim, I have a real air fryer, not some fucking mealthy lid.
Yeah, but it blows all the breading off? Then what's the fucking point?
Because the thing's powerful, man.
Yeah, but if it's too powerful, it's like Mr. T. Mr. T, the T can stand for tough, but the T also stands for tender.
Right. What does that have to do with an air fryer?
It's got to be cool and powerful.
No, it doesn't have to be cool. It has to be hot.
It has to be powerful, but it also has to be gentle enough that it's not going to blow the dang frying off of all the things that you're trying to make.
No, it with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, and there's
Tim.
no responsibility there.
No, the responsibility falls on you not to put something in there that's going to get blown off.
That you want to be fried? This is insane.
I'm just telling you facts, man. This is how you're new to the air fryer game. You don't know how things work
but
yet.
I made things with breading on it, and the Milthy freaking crisp lid did not blow all the breading off of it.
Yeah, that's because it's not a real air fryer. It's just a Milthy crisp lid. Here's what I don't understand about the Milthy crisp lid, Tim.
All right.
I'll
take a question. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about it, Tom.
Where is it pulling air in from?
I don't know, the fucking world? What are you talking about? Where is it pulling air in from?
No, like the air, because my air fryer, it's pulling air, like the air, it's not just an opening on the top. There's an opening like on the bottom too, I think.
Oh, well, this pulls it from the top. I don't know.
No, I guess there isn't
exclusively from the top.
Yeah, I take it back. I guess there isn't a thing on the bottom.
Jeez.
Did your Milthy come with an air fryer basket?
Yeah.
Okay.
And a trivet. We talked about this.
Right, of course, the trivet.
And you got angry when I said trivet because you didn't know what it meant.
You know what? I lost like one of the little rubber caps on my trivet very early into my air fryer career, and it bums me out every time I see it.
Yeah,
it still works fine, but like it doesn't sit as well as it could in there.
Yeah. Hey, perfect is enemy of the good, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still using it.
Yeah.
I told you I had to buy a new ice cream maker lid recently, so that, I'm already mad about that.
You gotta treat your appliances better, my friend.
I agree. I mean, at least though, like I'm sourcing parts. I'm not just throwing out the baby with the bathwater.
That's good, except for that entire convection oven you threw out for no reason.
I wasn't using it. For over 100 years, Trico has been the leader in innovation and ingenuity for everything wiper blades. Trico is the first to mass-produce wiper blades, and they have received numerous awards from vehicle manufacturers who trust Trico to put the best product on their vehicles. One of their products, Trico Neoform, is designed to match your vehicle's exact connection. That means no more guessing, no more hassle, and no more confusion while installing your wiper blades. Not only are they easy to install, but they are high-quality beam blades built to beat any type of weather. It's snow, rain, you name it, Tim.
Yeah, this all sounds very exciting to me, a guy who is in the market for wiper blades.
I bet most people are in the market for wiper blades. You should be replacing your wiper blades more often than you think. And when you do, you should check out Trico. These wiper blades can be found online at wipers123.com. Use promo code GUIDE at checkout to receive $10 off your next order of $40 or more. That's wipers123.com. Very easy to remember. Use promo code GUIDE for $10 off your next order of $40 or more.
If you're looking to change your diet, instead of restricting what you eat, what if you nourish your body with the healthiest and most nutritious food? With Sakara, you're putting the best in your body so you can feel your best. Tom, Sakara is a nutrition company that focuses on overall wellness, starting with what you eat. Their organic, ready-to-eat meals are made with powerful plant-based ingredients and are designed to boost your energy, improve your digestion, and get your skin glowing. And along with delicious meals, Tom, Sakara also has daily wellness essentials like supplements and herbal teas to support your nutrition. To boost results, Try the best-selling Metabolism Super Powder, an all-natural remedy for bloating, weight gain, and fatigue.
Something we both deal with.
Right now, Sakara is offering our listeners 20% off their first order when they go to sakara.com/guide or enter code GUIDE at checkout. That's Sakara, SAKARA.com/guide to get 20% off your first order. Sakara.com/guide. All right, Tom, so air fryers. We just took a long break where we talked about a lot of things.
You sure did.
But none of them were air fryer related, so screw it.
No, we save all the good talk for the podcast.
So yeah, I don't have an air fryer, but I have something that sounds like it's better because it doesn't blow all the breading off the things that I'm trying to fry.
Well,
But here's the
whatever.
thing. Here's the thing that I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, I've only had this for a little over a week. Air fryers are healthier because they don't use oil. But
Right.
here's my pro tip. You can make an air fryer better by putting oil all over the food that you put in it. Because it works. It's not like it doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they, like, most air fryers seem to kind of position themselves as, like, use less oil. Like, you can use 80% less oil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the thing's not sitting in oil, which is fine. Like, you know, using some oil, covering something in oil for the most part, you know, if you use a healthy oil, it's fine.
Not really. Oh, no, wait. Are you talking about putting it, like deep frying something is... I can't believe that deep frying things is legal or not frowned upon in polite society.
Right. Well, deep fry, I mean, it kind
I
of
think
is
it's an
frowned
indictment
upon.
of American society that 80% of our food is deep fried in oil.
Well, just the good food.
God, I love
yeah.
Remember when we were roommates and we got a deep fryer?
Yeah.
But then you made fish sticks that one time.
Yeah,
and
all
left
right,
it right
fine. I
outside
made
the door
fish.
of my bedroom.
Yeah, I made fish and it stunk. I get it.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Anyway.
It was very far away from your bedroom, but it was right outside
Yeah,
the door
so
of my
I didn't
bedroom.
notice. I didn't notice.
We had to
because
have there were 4 roommates, and we had to have a roommate meeting about it. And even though you and I were allies on most things, because we had a roommate that bought like floor pillows from IKEA, even though we couldn't.
Yeah, and then
afford them.
tried to make us pay for all the floor pillows.
Yeah, we were aligned on that stuff. We were allies.
Yeah.
But I had to like gingerly call you out on this this air.
But that was fine because then that
deep
gave you more credibility in the floor pillow situation.
exactly. Oh man, we did.
Where
not
it was
have
like
it.
Tim is not just a Tom partisan. Look.
Man, that roommate that we had that bought those floor pillows, she
Yeah.
they went to IKEA and got bamboozled by some sort of thing that's like, hey, the new thing is buying expensive pillows and putting them on the floor. Like, buy a bunch for your couch, but if you can't fit any more pillows on your couch, buy them for the floor.
They also bought like a bunch of like sticks. Remember, they bought a bunch of sticks at IKEA that were like in a barrel or
Yeah,
something that was
decorative
put.
barrel sticks.
Yeah, I mean, they bought like a bunch of like not bad like home decorating items, but it was like we're essentially living in a frat house. The problem isn't that we don't have enough home decorations; it's that everything's a mess all the time.
Yeah, the problem is, and we're saying they as if the people don't know that it's a she. She didn't realize that she messed up and started living with us.
Right. And well, no, she was extremely messy herself.
Yeah, but she also wanted sticks in a barrel to clasp the joint up, and
Yeah.
we accepted our fate.
Well, I think we just kind of realized, like, look, sticks in a barrel ain't what this place needs. This place needs a deep clean. This place needs a kitchen.
Well, we were kind of like, this place needs a deep fryer, and we bought one, and it stunk up the whole joint, and we had to have a roommate meeting about it.
It was mostly that they bought all those sticks, and then they were like, all right, everybody owes me like $200.
Yeah.
It was like, what? No, this was not a group decision.
And I was like, I made $20,000 last year. I'm not about to give, like 1/6 of my take-home pay to you for this.
No, yeah, nobody was in a position financially where, I mean, obviously we were living in a four roommate apartment. Nobody was in a situation of like, oh yeah, I have hundreds of disposable dollars for decorations for our living room.
Floor pillows and barrel sticks.
Our living room that didn't have any windows or natural light. So if you close all the bedroom doors, it was pitch black in there, like a laser tag place.
Well, that makes it sound really cool. It makes me wistful for those days.
Anyway, deep fryers a lot less healthy than an air fryer. But I'm saying you can like brush oil on the things in an air fryer.
Here's what pro tip.
It'll crisp up the edges, which is nice.
Another pro tip. Get the spray oil.
Oh yeah, I've
some
done
oil
that.
on that sucker.
Yeah,
and then you can spray oil in your enemy's eyes if they ever attack you,
or your mouth if you're hungry.
Yeah, thirsty. If you want a quencher, just spray some oil in your throat.
No, see, oil is the exact example I would give of a liquid that doesn't quench your thirst.
Enough oil would quench your thirst.
No, enough oil would not quench your thirst. It would make you thirstier.
Depends on what kind of oil.
No, because then your throat would just be coated in oil.
Yeah,
and you'd be like, I'm so
wouldn't cough anymore.
No, I think you'd cough a lot. I think your body would be trying to get rid of all the oil that's coating your inside.
I think you'd just die. What would happen if you drank a cup of canola oil?
You'd throw up immediately, I think. I don't think you'd die. I think you would just throw up. Like your body. It would be like, hey,
your veins wouldn't just turn very hard immediately.
No, I think it's the same way that like you can't like run in a circle till you die. Like our bodies.
I like that you say that as that's a given thing. Like well, we all know.
Our bodies have certain like safety mechanisms built into them. One of them is passing out before something kills you,
right?
And another one is throwing up before something kills you,
right? Do you have Ipecac in your home?
No, I don't have a baby. Why do I need Ipecac?
I feel like you experiment with ingesting things a lot.
No, I don't experiment. First off, I don't experiment with ingesting things a lot. And I don't experiment with ingesting things that will purposely make me vomit, Tim.
No, I thought that you might have the Ipecac in case you ingested something and then realized it was a bad idea.
Oh. I don't ingest things that are a bad idea.
You drink a lot of weird sodas and dressings, ranch dressings.
I've never drank a soda where I've been like, oh, I need to throw this up. You're overly cautious, Tim. You're
I am. That's guilty as charged, Tom.
You're the reason why they gotta put warnings on everything.
No, I'm just the reason why. No.
I mean, first off, you're talking about drinking oil.
It was a hypothetical. I never drank oil.
Right, because you didn't have any Ipecac on hand in case you needed it.
True.
What have you cooked in your air fryer so far?
Number 1.
Oh, piss? Don't cook piss in there.
I don't think you could. You couldn't keep a liquid in the basket.
You could make it hot. You can get some hot piss in there.
What would you put it in?
Just like the bowl.
Oh,
the basket.
See, my basket is just it's a wire basket. It's like a deep fryer basket.
Yeah, but there's something at the bottom. It's not just empty space.
Yeah, but why would I put something down there? Especially
I'm not saying you should.
Pee.
Especially pee-pee of all things.
Okay, the number 1, I crisped up some I made some cauliflower. Wings.
Do you say cauliflower weird?
Cauliflower?
Oh, I don't like it.
What do you say?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower?
Yeah.
Do you say cauliflower?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
No. I say cauliflower, and you say cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Anyway, you made some cauliflower,
We
buffalo
recently
cauliflower.
got an review on iTunes that says that I'm too mean to you, but all you do is bully me. You bully me over
Oh,
my
shut the
sensitive
hell up.
teeth and the way that I
No.
pronounce cauliflower.
It's not just there. Like, we get comments constantly about you complaining that I bully you, and then like pull quotes from you about me that are like the meanest thing anyone could say about anyone.
It's all in self-defense, though. I'm standing my ground.
So you've made buffalo cauliflower in there.
Yeah. So I took some cauliflower, I put it in eggs, and then I put it in panko breadcrumbs.
Yeah, panko. Yeah,
I never
panko
understood
chips.
panko breadcrumbs.
Yeah, panko flakes. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. Do you know? I never knew what panko was.
What is it?
It's breadcrumbs that are made from bread without the crusts.
So wait, other breadcrumbs are made with
It's
the
the
crust?
whole loaf, baby. Yeah.
All right, but then you're getting some breadcrumbs that don't have crust on them, and are those panko crumbs?
I don't know. No, it's not pure.
How was it? Let me ask you that before I say what I'm going to say.
Tom, it was really good because the panko breadcrumbs did not get blown off by the fan in my crisp lid.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I've made them that way, and it's very good. You kind of don't even need to. You can just throw cauliflower in there and then dunk it in the buffalo sauce, and you get like 95% of the way there.
And I hate myself for saying this. It's not crunchy enough.
See, do you like cauliflower?
Not particularly. I think I'm cauliflower agnostic. I feel like it's fine. I don't like the flavor of it. I like that you can overpower the flavor of it with something else, and that it's a good texture to mess around with.
It's so weird because I like cauliflower. You know what? I love cauliflower. I'll say it.
Would you eat cauliflower alone without
Anybody else around? Yeah.
no, without like I've had raw cauliflower as part of a platter where you dip it in like a ranch dressing.
Yeah.
That's good. I like breading it and putting in buffalo sauce. Or I made tacos and put like some cilantro yogurt thing that I made on it. And that's good. I can't imagine eating cauliflower.
I mean, it doesn't sound good, but
you don't like cilantro. You're one of those crybabies who's like, it tastes like soap, and it's because of genetics, though.
See, Tim, you're picking on me because of my disability.
No, I'm picking on you because you're an idiot, you're ugly, and nobody likes you, and everybody always tells me behind your back how much they hate you.
Anyway, I was going to say, yes, I do. I like cauliflower plain even.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I especially like it.
Do you like
if it's like
steamed? Yuck.
Yeah. I've had it steamed.
I'm steamed hearing about it.
I would prefer, and I really like cauliflower pizza crust or like riced cauliflower.
Oh, yeah, that's good. But that's because, you process it into something that doesn't taste like shit.
You want to take that line again? What do you do to it?
You process it so it doesn't taste like shit.
Yeah. But I still like it anyway. I like it plain. But I was going to say, I feel like it's one of my favorite vegetables. And I've heard from multiple vegetarians that don't like cauliflower.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that
You don't prefer it.
I don't prefer it. Yeah. I don't trust it.
But I would say, for me, somebody that likes cauliflower, I'm fine with just burning the hell out of some cauliflower in the air fryer and then just putting some buffalo sauce on it. It's good.
Yeah. The main reason I got an air fryer is not because I freaking wanted to make cauliflower, or I crisped up some tofu. You're gonna call me a soy boy and a cuck, but
no. I've never been against tofu, but I recently this week found out that I think I really like tofu.
My dude, I'm a vegetarian. If you crisp up some tofu in an air fryer, and then put some like General Tso's sauce on it or something, that tastes like chicken. You're not gonna you can convince somebody that that's chicken. It's close enough to chicken.
Yeah, that's what I had somewhat recently with like a Thai peanut sauce on it. And it was just cooked very well. And I was like, this has the same consistency as chicken. I'm happy.
Exactly. Yeah, and guess what? It's going to make us, infertile and turn us into ladies or something? Is that
who cares?
Look, it's going to turn into a lady at some point anyway. Look.
Wait, what?
Why would anybody use an air fryer? Why would anybody buy an air fryer if the main thing wasn't to cook garbage frozen foods that are like fried, like mozzarella sticks or jalapeno poppers or chicken nuggets or something like that?
Or wait, Tim, you skipped over pizza rolls.
Tom, I was saving that for the grand finale.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean,
the reason, Tom, I've had a hell of a day. It's 10 p.m. right now.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I haven't eaten dinner yet because I've just had a nonstop annoying day, and the only thing that's keeping me going is knowing that in a mere 8 minutes I will be able to cook as many Totino's pizza rolls as I desire.
Yeah.
And enjoy them.
Yeah, by far. So I will say this. There are 3 things that I love about my air fryer. The first one is what you're talking about. Well, let me say the other 2, and then I'll talk about what you're talking about. First one is you can make vegetables very good in it. You can make crispy vegetables in it. And most vegetables, if you burn them, you make them crispy, it'll make them taste much better. Number 2, it's very good for reheating meals. Because it just cooks things very evenly. But number 3, what you're saying, which is by far the number, not by far, but the number one reason I buy one of these things is you can cook things that you put in the microwave that are better in the oven.
But the oven is like preheat the oven and then put this in for 35 minutes.
Right. Things that if you were going to cook something in the oven, you wouldn't be eating this. Pizza rolls.
I'd make something that wasn't actual poison.
Right.
I was going to turn on the oven and wait a lot of time. I would make something that wasn't going to kill me.
Right. I would. Quick. Yeah. If I was going to have to wait 20 minutes for the oven to preheat, well, then I'll just prep something that will taste better and not kill me. But this is a way to get oven quality frozen food out of something with near microwave speed.
Exactly.
Not completely microwave speed, but much closer than oven speed, and also much easier than an oven. Like you're turning a knob and then you're just walking away.
Exactly. Yeah, I've been heating up a lot of food for me and my wife, reheating food, stuff that we've made. Like I made falafel a while ago and we froze it, and I was like, well, we put that in the freezer. I'm never going to eat that again. And
right, because if you microwave it, it's going to taste like shit.
Yeah.
But then it's like, well, what am I going to do? Wait for the oven? Then it's like, well, I don't really know what to heat it to, and I'm going to have to just keep checking on it.
Yeah, and my wife has been very nice in pretending that it's not the same as if she just put it in the toaster oven for 2 or 3 minutes longer than
right.
She's been like, oh yeah, no, I can really taste, and I'm just like, yeah, you can taste the difference. You can taste the difference. I can too. But she's very nice. I know this makes me sound like the King of Queens himself, Kevin James.
The toaster oven, you get hot spots.
It's too small.
The air fryer, you don't.
You buy things that are too big, Tom.
No, I'm just saying, like, the toaster oven, you'll get like certain parts of something will burn if it's in there too long. The air fryer will at least evenly burn everything.
You know what I like?
Actually, I've never burned anything in my air fryer. Knock on wood.
Yeah, yeah. You're lucky.
I would say I'm smart.
You're very smart. Attractive is what I'd say. You know what I like about air fryer recipes? You cook something in the oven or in the toaster oven. They're like halfway through, go in with tongs or something.
Oh yeah, get the hell out of here! What, you think
flip it all over, and it's when you're making
got that kind of time.
When you're making French fries, it's like, oh
yeah, flip over 10,000 things.
Exactly. The thing with the air fryer is like halfway through, take it out and give the basket a shake. That's all they say. Just shake the basket. Give the basket a shake.
I was looking into this, Tim, and I had no idea, and I might have to drop a significant amount of money because I found out that high-end air fryers shake themselves while they cook.
That's, you know what? I don't need that because I like the check-in halfway through.
Yeah,
too.
That's true.
So how we doing here? Because let's
look.
I think the main thing about air fryers is like it's kind of the Wild West when it comes to like what temperature should I put it at and for how long. It's not
I just
like
cook everything at 400.
Totino's Pizza Rolls does not come with microwave, toaster, oven, and air fryer directions.
I'll tell you what, though, I have seen a lot of frozen French fries do have air fryer directions now. Yeah. And you skipped over, you mentioned it for a minute, but when you talked initially about foods that are good, French fries in those? Ooh-wee.
Yeah, of course.
And tater tots.
Anything, yeah.
Because if you cook them in the oven, you're like, well, I'm making it in the oven. I might as well make the whole bag. And then you're like, well, now I'm going to eat all these. But if you got just the air fryer, it's like, nah, I just want a few French fries. Think about that. Think about how revolutionary that is. To be in your home and be like, I would like a medium-sized serving of French fries, and you can make that happen in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All you have to do is shake the basket halfway through.
That's all they ask. You know what? Sometimes I forget to shake the basket, and it's not the end of the world.
It's fine. Bill Oakley, a former Simpsons writer and an air fryer extraordinaire, had a very helpful guiding principle for anything in the air fryer when it comes to frozen food that does not have air fryer directions. Assume 380 degrees.
Close to 400.
For 8 minutes, shake it in the middle.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. 400 for 9 minutes.
Oh wow, you like things, well done.
I like them hot, baby.
That's why. Actually, here's a benefit of the crisp lid. It's glass and it lights up, so it when it turns on, it also shines a light on the food, so you can see it. You can watch your food as it is crisping.
That's something.
Yeah. So like,
do you have to shake the whole Instant Pot?
No, it comes with a basket inside, so you shake the basket. But that's particularly helpful for Totino's Pizza Rolls because, if once those things burst, you're fucked, right? So like, there's usually a canary in a coal. Taking it again. There's usually a canary in a coal mine where one of them starts to bubble out and the cheese starts coming out the side.
Yeah, it's like abort.
Yeah, that's when I can just pull the lid off. All the heat stops, and I know it's ready to go.
Yeah. Hey, to air fryers.
And I fucking hate to air fryers, and I hate when people say Tostino's Pizza Rolls. It's Totino's.
Yeah, there's no S in there.
Yeah, it's not. What do you think? It's Tostitos?
Well, I mean, wow, Tim, you could really own somebody by saying that to them the next time.
I plan on owning someone. Actually, our good friend AJ says Tostinos.
Well,
you want to give him a call?
I mean, as you said, it's getting pretty late.
He has a young child.
Yeah, well, wake up the child and be like, "Where are the pizza rolls called?"
You idiot.
What do you think? It's Tostino's chips? Tostitos.
One thing I will say, Tom,
Yeah.
this, I was starting to say this before. I was rudely interrupted by you. I know this makes me sound like the King of Queens himself,
Oh, yeah.
Kevin James.
Kevin James.
I want the quarantine to end so that my wife can go out of town and I can eat the food that I want to eat from the air fryer.
Okay.
I feel like
What does your wife not allow you to eat?
I think she would be appalled, and this is part of the reason why I'm happy I married her. That if I got an air fryer when we were roommates 15 years ago, and we had that deep fryer,
Yeah.
I would eat nothing but jalapeno poppers and Hot Pockets and mozzarella sticks,
And French fries.
French fries, and I just want a weekend of doing that.
Where you can just go
at
nuts.
the end of the weekend, I'll be like, I don't need to do that for another 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't had my lost weekend with the air fryer yet.
Yeah. I don't know if I've done that, but I mean, they are good. Like, it is, you get pretty close to like restaurant. I mean, not good restaurant, but like, like a fast food restaurant.
How is it
or
worse
like a
than
bar.
Applebee's or getting mozzarella sticks from Burger
Oh yeah,
King?
no, that's what I'm comparing it to. That like you get stuff that tastes as good as that garbage.
Yeah, and all I want,
Which to be fair, that garbage tastes delicious.
yeah,
So.
all I want is dollar menu quality that I don't have to leave the home for.
Yeah, and you're buying it in the freezer section. You can get less than $1 with some of these serving sizes.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Did you know? I went to Burger King 3 times in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. You were in Pennsylvania for a while.
Yeah, that they have cheddar jalapeno poppers right now.
Oh, I did not know that.
It's $1 for 4.
I'm
And
due,
then they
I'm due
also
for
have
an Impossible Whopper.
They also have on the menu for $2 you can get 8, and it's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I can do the math on that one.
If you like the show, you can find out more information at tcgte.com.
You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/complete guide. Follow us on Twitter at complete guide. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at your pal Tim.
If you want to support the show, check out our sponsors. Also check out patreon.com/complete guide for Books the Podcast, our secondary podcast about books. This week, Tim continues reading Outlander. Outlandish is more like it.
Freaking outlandish.
Tim does not like this book. So patreon.com/complete guide to hear why. Man, you've got me. First off, did you know that Kevin James's real name is Kevin Knipfing?
Knipfing?
Knipfing.
No.
Knipfing. Yeah.
That's a weird
James-
last name.
And George is his middle name, not even James.
Really?
Kevin Knipfing. Which I get why you would change that, because
Yeah.
like, what? Knipfing? What the hell kind of name? I've never heard that name before. And he also has a brother, Gary Knipfing, but Gary goes by Gary Valentine.
Gary Valentine. That's worse than Kevin James. What does
Yeah.
Gary Valentine do?
He's best known for his role as Danny Heffernan on King of Queens, playing the cousin of principal character Doug Heffernan.
Played by Kevin James.
Yes. Played by his real life brother, Kevin James. So the King of Queens name is Doug Heffernan?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Kevin James.
No, that's the actor who portrayed him, but I don't think that's his name in real life.
No, it's Kevin Nipfing.
Where's
This
he
guy-
from?
Stony Brook
Long
or
Island.
Mineola.
That's where Deja was. Deja 1 was, Tom.
It was. It looks like Kevin or Gary Valentine has mostly been in Kevin James movies.
Tracks.
He's been in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, Paul Blart 1 and 2.
Paul Blart. I've never seen those movies, but I watched YouTube compilations of the funniest falls from those movies.
Yeah.
There are some inventive slapstick falls in those movies, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, you like The King of Queens. You probably love the Paul Blart movies.
I do like The King of Queens. What's not
Yeah.
to like?
I don't know. I don't really watch it.
Well, you
I
should.
think it went off the air.
Nah, it's still going. Thursdays on CBS.
I have one final note about air fryers.
Okay.
Air fryer, that sounds like a futuristic Catholic brother.
Air fryer? Futuristic?
Like a fryer.
I understand
like
the fryer part.
Yeah, but like an air, like a one that can fly or whatever.
Oh, okay. I feel like you should have gone with like the more like a basketball play, like a
Yeah.
slam dunking Catholic brother.
I've heard of Air Jordan, but air fryer?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll
Fryer
keep workshopping
talk.
it.
How about air fryer, more like hair dryer?
All right, we'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.